What's up, guys? We're back here at GoldenTV.net doing Season 2 of the Star League. Tasteless and Artosis here. Group C, pretty interesting. Not the best games, though, I'd say. Compared to yesterday, I thought yesterday's games were a little bit better.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there. Some people not really leaving the game when they're pretty dead. But you know what? Well, especially in that PVZ. The PVT actually started to rally for a little bit. Just wasn't quite enough. So unfortunately, SOS does fall out. What can you do, man?
What are you going to do?
Maybe we'll get a Protoss in next.
Well, keep your fingers crossed.
I'm going to.
Our first map is going to be on Belshire Vestige. We have 3 Zergs and a Protoss.
Yeah. Well, 3 Zergs and a Protoss. Definitely the Protoss does have a chance to get out, especially since it's Trap.
He only has to practice one matchup.
That's right.
That's a really big deal compared to the Zergs that have to practice ZVZ and PVZ.
Yeah, and Trap's forte is really, I would say, 2 base timings and sometimes 3 base timings. So he's going to probably be very aggressive. I would strongly doubt that he's just going to go into a long macro game on more than 3 bases. You know, so I think that puts him in a pretty good spot for best of 1.
So here's our players. Symbol, Trap, Shine, and Curious.
All right. Trap, as we see, this is really his first time in the top 32 of Korea. But
he's been moving up, though.
Yeah, he's been doing really well, kind of all over the place. So I'm not surprised at all to see him here. He wins his fair share of games. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
And he's on an insanely good team, STX Seoul.
That's very true. Being on a good team helps a lot, man. You get a lot more practice in there.
Yeah.
So,
well, who do you think actually comes out of this one?
I think it's Symbol and Trap escape.
I do too, actually. Yeah. The thing is, of course, Curious and Shine can make it out. And especially, in a format like this, Shine's crazy shenanigans have the potential to do a lot.
Shine's an unpredictable player.
Yeah.
He's got an interesting play style. So that's something to factor in as well. I'm putting Symbol in this bet for me just because of the results that he's already brought to the table.
He's one of our most accomplished players. He doesn't have his championship yet, but he's always just so close to it.
He's always so close to it. Well, we'll see, though. Symbol, at the start of Heart of the Swarm, he said he was changing his play style, and he absolutely did. We've seen a lot of aggression from Symbol in the early game. Wings of Liberty Symbol, he stayed back, he defended, he masked up. It was a different situation.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what he brings to the table here because it might be best for him to play a more defensive macro-based style.
Yeah.
He's facing some very aggressive opponents, and all 3 of his opponents, in fact, are pretty aggressive players when it comes down to it. So he may want to play that defense, man.
You could be very correct, Artosis.
And he's very good at it. We've seen him do it just countless times. But, this is the volatility involved in a best of 1. Anything could happen here.
Yeah, this is not the GSL Codas. It's best of 1s again. So you mess up in one game, and that's a big deal.
Big deal.
Big deal. I don't know why it sounded so weird when I said big deal, but so we have here's Symbol and Trap, a little bit more statistics and information for you guys here next to their portraits.
Yep. You see the WCS points a lot for Symbol because he did do so well recently. Whereas, of course, when you're just starting to climb up, your points are going to look a lot lower, but certainly going to go up after this season for Trap.
Certainly. Symbol, one of the best Zergs of all time.
Yeah, you can't really argue that as far as StarCraft 2 goes, man. He's done so well for himself. And I really do hope he will continue to because he's been one of our strongest, top-of-the-line GSL competitors basically since he joined the GSL.
Artosis, we have not had a Protoss advance to the round of 16 yet.
Yeah, that's true.
This sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks, man.
That's the technical term for it.
Yes. I've got my fingers crossed for Trap here, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm hoping he can make it through. He definitely has a lot of very short builds, a lot of good build orders I think you would like to steal.
No, I like Trap's playstyle, actually.
Okay, good.
Here's a little bit more info here on Symbol. Look at that. He was voted 93 points in strategy.
All right.
Out of 100.
You know what? He definitely brings the strategies to the table. He brings all the strategies to the yard, Tasteless. And you can see that
their builds are better than yours.
He has really good stats overall there. I can't really argue with very much here.
Yeah.
He definitely cheeses a good amount. His strategy is great. His micro is very strong. His macro, we've always known, has been one of the better, and that's an 84. That's a lot, considering they put Clash at 92. All right. Yeah. You did your job very well once again, Korean
journalist, esports journalist.
Yeah.
Well, This is going to be pretty interesting. I'm actually curious what the stats are going to be for Trap up here.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder, I guess, to point that out. I think his offense should be high, his strategy should be high.
He's such a seasoned player.
Yeah.
That, you have a lot to draw from, where Trap is somebody who's been in the background.
Well, yeah, you see his strategy and his offense. Well, everything's just about the same. This guy is a solid C student.
Yeah, basically, actually.
Yeah. Well, that's passing.
That's passing.
Yeah, that's what
true.
matters.
Not going to be on the dean's list for that, but
no. Well,
that's passing.
I'd like to see actually what they would rank like some of the players that are maybe in Challenger League and stuff that can't get out. Like, are these people actually going to be below 50? Because everyone has such good scores.
I don't think we really had seen any stats below 50. I think we had one for popularity that was like in the 40s or something.
Maybe, yeah. But any player that's gotten this far has been around in Korea at least for a long time. Even if you guys don't happen to know him at home, he's been a pro gamer in Korea, so he may, he definitely has more popularity here than he would outside.
That's very true.
Whereas, I don't know what we'd give the popularity rating, or they would, to someone like, let's say, Nest, but outside
of Korea, he's 100. Crazy popular.
Yeah.
So that's something to factor in as well. It looks like we have both players in the game, so pretty soon here we're going to get this started. This broadcast is piggybacked, so we have to wait for their production crew to start the game.
Yeah.
But as soon as it does go, I'm ready to cast it.
I wish we weren't piggybacked. I wish that we were like cradled in their arms instead. It would be a lot nicer. But
also, get out there and spread the word that we're broadcasting this here at GoldenTV.net. I know a lot of viewers, I should say not viewers, a lot of people out there don't know that we're covering this here at Golden TV.
Yeah. All right, it looks like it's time to get this started, Tasteless. Symbol against Trap. By measurement of success, Symbol should win, but Trap is really, really deadly with his builds, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would not be surprised if he even comes out first in this group.
All right, and the countdown has started. The game is loading. So you're going to go for Symbol on this one or Trap? If you're a betting man.
I want Symbol, but I also want Trap. It's a hard one. I'm going to go Trap is going to make out of this group, man.
All right. And it's on. In the bottom right, we have our Zerg player, a finalist, but yet to be a champion. He is
Master Azubu Symbol.
In the upper left starting location, we have the only Protoss here. Will he be the first to advance? He is.
New challenger, STXO Trap.
Well, we'll have to see if that's going to be Gateway Expand or just a fast expand with Forge in the main. It could be either.
Yeah,
of course,
it
you see
absolutely
that.
could be either.
You see that right now, and you think, oh, definitely a Gateway Expand. But you can go Forge in the main, and if he does do that, it's going to lend itself to a little bit more trickiness with his follow-up build.
Yep. All right.
I think it is going to be the... Yeah, of course. There it is.
So this is one of these variations. This version of the Fast Expand is a little bit harder to pull off. You guys are wondering, I'd recommend doing Forge first.
Yeah.
Until you get that down perfectly. Because Forge Expand is really a balancing act of positioning and how many cannons do you make without over-making cannons.
Yeah, and most scenarios it's going to be one cannon, so it's not... It doesn't take a ton of study, to figure it out. But we do have actually a hatchery first here from Symbol. Now, he's very lucky that he's not playing against SOS because there would be pylons going up behind his gas right now, and then he probably wouldn't cancel the hatchery, he would lose the game, because that's generally how that goes.
So far, history has repeated itself here on that map.
Yeah.
All right, so we have the spawning pool coming down here. All right, we got a little bit of downtime, Artosis. I want to ask you a question.
Yes, please.
All right, you played the Mario games as a kid, right?
Of course.
All right, so you played Mario 1, and you played Mario 2, Super Mario 2, and you played Mario 3.
Yeah.
Now, in Mario 2, I was on that show I do Try Hard on Twitch.
Yeah.
I was messing around on Mario 2. I still haven't gotten around to beating that yet, but...
Right now we're talking about...
the one where you can stand on their heads and pick them up.
Yeah, okay.
Which one is better? Which do you prefer? The ones
from Mario 2 and Mario 3?
Which play style, where Mario could stand on people's heads and throw them, or you could pull the stuff out of the ground and throw it at them, or when you just jumped on their heads?
Well, overall, I guess jumping on the heads I prefer, but it was very fresh. Mario 2 was very fresh.
Very fresh. I agree. I absolutely agree. We see our whip. We got somebody tweeting at us. Well, he ain't Protossin, ain't Zergan, No, he's tearing up the night. Hey, that was kind of clever.
Is that to a song? That must be a song that he rewrote the lyrics
Must be.
to. Maybe it's just a song he made up. I'm like, But yeah, guys, go ahead, tweet at GomTV.
Yeah, guys, add GomTV on Twitter.
We'll throw some of those tweets up on the screen for you.
That's right. It's a great way for you guys to interact with the show.
That's right. Sometimes you can say some funny stuff.
That's true. We have lots of funny viewers. Smart people play StarCraft.
Yeah. Well,
Smart people are funny, usually.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not always.
Not always.
So we do have the Nexus going down, of course. Looks like a Stargate going to be the follow-up here for Trap. But it's really hard to say what he's going to go into. It could be Sky Toss. I have seen Trap in the past go for like Phoenixes into a Colossus or Immortal push. It does happen sometimes. And that's much more rare and kind of is rotated out of the metagame. So
yeah.
My guess is he'll probably go for Sky Toss. It's not a bad call for the map. It's not the worst strat you can do here.
Trap, a really fun player to cast, guys. He's got a really cool play style.
Yeah.
All right, Ling speed about halfway done. And he's just using the mothership with the sentry here to block this all off.
Yeah, this is kind of the dance you do. You try to kill the Lings, and the Lings try not to die, and one of you comes out just slightly ahead, I guess.
Yep. Phoenix now on the way. He may... Oh, excuse me. I thought that hidden pylon was actually much closer to the bottom left.
Still not a bad spot for it, though. That's going to be one that's harder to find.
Yeah.
And...
Uh-oh. That's the bad screen.
That's the
bad screen.
That's what that is.
And that's Trap's computer. So...
Well, I mean, I hope that we don't have to restart that one.
Yeah, me too.
But his gateway count right now, if I'm not mistaken, is only at 2. And his warp gate's about to finish. So if it's at 3, that's a lot better for him. But
you know, one thing, just so you guys know, we can recover from the replay, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. And I think we're actually going to have to here because a Trap is counting down.
Yes. Yeah, he's at 15 seconds before he is dropped.
Yeah. Well, we could play-by-play that countdown like 10.
It's going down.
8. Oh, no. 6. Well.
So there's a few things that can happen here. They might just make him restart his computer. They might have to swap out that computer with another computer.
Yeah, there is the possibility that they'll have to swap it out. Who knows what actually went around there. But he did drop, so we're definitely going to have to remake. Now, this is kind of neat what's going on in the game right now because he has a proxy pylon. His warp gate research is finishing. I'm very certain he has 2 gates, not 3, because the Cybernetic score he placed right below the gateway, right? So yeah. So he should have 2 gateways. And the thing is, warping in 2 zealots. I mean, 2 zealots aren't terrible, but 2 zealots are not 3 zealots or 4 zealots.
Yeah, that's very true.
And it's a big difference between 2 and 3. And,
it is.
And 2 and 4. But he's going to have the Phoenixes out to harass a little bit. The thing is, Symbol actually is just about to finish his Overlord speed upgrade.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to scout everything that's going on. You know, he might not... The thing is, even though he's going to go in there and scout, he's not going to know that there's a proxy pylon, because when you see 2 gates, you don't think, well, he's definitely zealot rushing.
That proxy pylon was pretty far up on the left, by the way.
It was. But, you know, if you put it further down, it might get scouted because that's
true too.
That's like kind of
to
meta.
At least get it up and be able to get out there and do some damage is much more important than not.
Yeah,
not doing anything at all. So do we have him in the recover from replay?
We're getting into the recover from replay at the moment.
So I'm under the impression they're probably not going to swap out the PCs.
No, it doesn't look like it.
We'll let you know, guys.
Yeah. And that apparently is the player PC.
Yep. Frustrating moment here for these 2 players. You kind of lose some momentum here when it crashes like that. You know.
I really like what I'm seeing here, that they pull up the player PC, because there's been a few crashes this week, and so they're like, see, these are good. We don't know. Okay.
So, it looks like he's getting his headset back on. So, you're the one with the preview PC. Is he in there now, Artosis?
Yeah, they're in the game right now, but we haven't started it yet. It takes a little bit to load in. You got to make sure everyone's in there and all
This
that.
is a great feature by Blizzard, by the way.
We didn't have this in StarCraft
1. When the computer would just crash at WCG, after I beat my opponent so many times and I'm just losing my mind. I'm like, I have to play again? I'm like, I don't have that many strats I prepared for this tournament.
Yeah, I can only play Estrella so many times.
Yes. So, the game is now loading. We do apologize for that hiccup. And once it's all up and ready to go, we'll be back into casting this game for you guys.
Yeah. All right, so replay recovering, Tasteless.
It's recovering.
Time to see what he means by that the proxy pylon.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that, Trap?
What's going on, Trap?
Maybe he's setting a trap.
It's a trap. It's the greatest scene in Star Wars.
Is that the greatest scene?
One of them.
Are you sure it's not a scene from one of the new Star Wars with all the fancy
I think
graphics?
the best part of Star Wars was all of Jar Jar Binks' really funny jokes.
I liked it. I liked it when Qui-Gon had to jump on him and make sure he didn't get run over. I think that
was like a scene I couldn't handle.
Or when the big fish almost got them, and then the bigger fish almost got them.
Oh my God, I was about to bring that up. That scene made me want to kill myself, man. That scene was so bad. I'm like, I can't believe some brave nerd making the film didn't stand up and be like, we can't do this, guys.
And then Steven Spielberg hits a button and
George Lucas looks at him and he force chokes him.
For George Lucas, yeah. I don't know why I said Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, he did the Indiana Jones.
Well, he's there giving high fives because the little boy from AI and Jar Jar Binks would make great friends. All right, we're in the game. It hasn't started yet, so don't worry, you're not missing anything.
Yep. It's almost all recovered.
Yeah.
We're here in Season 2 of the Star League. And we're going to see which of these two guys are going to go into the winner's set in this group, Group D.
All right. Looks like they're asking, they're saying, okay, they are going to start. They will start. And so there we go. We have the countdown going from OnGameNet.
All right. Guys, tell your friends to tune in and join us here at GoldenTV.net with Tastosis, bringing you the best StarCraft 2 action you could ever imagine. And the game has started now.
Yay!
All right. I don't know why I started trying to intro the player names. We're in the middle of a game. I am a simple robot.
You are a simple robot. That is actually, robot, I can vouch for you being a simple robot.
So, the Phoenixes are just flying around the map, trying to take out any overlords. Looks like Symbol's already prepared and hidden those overlords inside of his base. There's one parked in the upper left, which will probably scout in the main, but it looks like it's about to be... No. Okay, he got it.
All right. So he actually did warp in 2 Zealots at that pylon, by the way. So maybe he'll just warp in 4.
Hey guys, here's a tip for you. If you ever make a proxy pylon, don't chase an overlord into the proxy pylon so they see it. That's
probably
not the best move to do.
Now I guess the problem might be the Phoenixes shoot while moving, so it's like hard to. As soon as you shoot, it starts moving that direction. So unless he turns around manually, there's no way.
That's a good point. You can't make them stop.
Well, 4 Zealots are going towards that third. See, this is a very meta type of thing. Like, you don't expect 4 Zealots right now with the number of Phoenixes that are out. This is just a little bit weird.
The goal here is to get rid of the hatchery.
Yeah.
If he gets rid of the hatchery, it's mission accomplished.
Well, he's getting rid of it for sure. This hatchery's going to die. And he's actually going double forge behind this. This is very interesting. In fact, he's playing against double evolution chambers. So I am liking where Trap's at. I really am. It's not just for killing that
Look
hatchery.
at that great pull away, too. He's like, I'm not fighting the broodlings. There's no need. They'll burn out.
Yeah. That's Zealots only pacifists when it benefits them, Tasteless. Well, we do have the Phoenixes doing actually quite a bit of harassment damage, taking out quite a few drones. Really well done. They've killed 7 so far. And with the double forge, he's actually going to catch up in upgrades, which is absolutely not what Symbol's looking for. He's looking to be ahead in upgrades and just start slaughtering off armies.
Artosis, do you think that Phoenixes prefer to be referred to as Phoenicians?
Phoenicians? They may.
They may.
You're funny.
We got the pylon about to be taken out right now.
Yeah. You know, this is kind of cool because it's not what we saw from Stardust this weekend in DreamHack, but the double forge with quick Twilight, man, like there's something to getting a lot of upgrades early.
Yeah, it absolutely is true.
Upgrades
Upgrades can be a game changer, actually a game winner even.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say they're always a game changer. Like, so much of the game is based off of how many upgrades do I have against my opponent, which upgrades are they, and that type of thing.
You get an upgrade that makes it one less hit of anything to kill that unit, that's a good upgrade right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're going to have Charge coming up. The third base is coming up as well. The Phoenix is still being worth so much. They've killed 11 drones at this point.
Well, I like that he's been going for the drones more than the queens.
Yeah.
As we see occasionally when they go for the queens and then there's a bunch of transfusions come down and no real damage is done.
Yeah. You know, based on resources lost this game, Trap has forced the loss of 6 times more than what he's lost, basically.
Wow.
So that plus the hatch kill is like just outstanding.
Yeah.
He's in such a nice spot. Look at the supply. He's about 20 supply up right now.
Yeah.
His upgrades are doing fantastic. He's starting 2-2. He's getting charged. He's going into Templar tech. He's playing against someone with just Zerglings out. Like, a bunch of 2-2 charge lots with Archons are going to do okay.
I think
against
actually
Zerglings.
in the next few minutes here, we may see Trap roll out and actually completely obliterate Symbol.
Definitely.
It's going to be rough because I think Symbol could win in a best of 3, but this is not a best of 3. It's a best of 1.
It's a very good point there, Tasteless. But Trap cannot be underestimated either. Now, I like this from Symbol. Right now, Symbol's actually grabbing the Baneling Nest and going up for Hive, and he's getting Pathogen Glands.
But it looks like right now, Trap is already moving out. Also note, Zerg was unable to deny that proxy pylon.
That is a lot of Zealots, Tasteless. And, you know, he does have that Archon as well, which just adds so much damage.
5 Swarm Hosts on the way, but will they be too late? It looks like Trap actually is so confident. He's going to go for a kill move here.
Look at that.
And attack into the second base, which allow him access to the main.
And he is rolling through absolutely everything. In fact, he traps the Queens, picks some up, and that's
GG,
it.
that's
GG. Really
short and sweet.
Cool meta build there from Trap.
I love it.
Yeah, the fact that he actually went quick Phoenix and quick 2 warp in at a pylon that was far away and thus hard to scout. Like, this guy, like, just played with the brain of Symbol.
And here's the great thing, too. He only had to prepare against Zerg today.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a lot of cool PvZ builds.
We aren't going to see that build in his next PvZ.
No, he's going to have to do something different. That's actually a build you can't do twice in the tournament.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, I mean, that's... Wow. It's a hard one to read, though, you know?
It really is.
I could see him trying it maybe one game in the round of 16 or something, but definitely not again tonight.
Yeah.
The Zergs are going to be on watch for things like that. So, really cool play by Trap, and we might get a Protoss in that round of 16.
Keep your fingers crossed, guys. It might just happen.
Okay.
We're going to go to a ZVZ now. Your thoughts?
Okay, so Shine versus Curious. In my opinion, Curious is a better player.
I agree.
Shine, very dangerous, though. A very aggressive
Shine's got
Zerg.
a weird way of playing.
He's
the
got
game,
his own
you know?
idea about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, will that work out in the ZVZ? The thing is, he does so many aggressive type of plays that he's going to be able to deal with the micro of early aggression in ZVZ very well.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's really hard to say who's going to win this. I could see it going absolutely either way. I want to say Curious, though.
I think it's going to be Curious, but Shine, again, he's really unpredictable. He's hard to prepare against.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
He's, I would say, impossible to prepare against.
Yeah, actually, he basically is impossible to prepare against.
What is Belcher Vestige? So, I mean, the natural isn't too wide open. You definitely can play a defensive game here.
This should be a pretty long ZVZ. I think they're both going to get their thirds up.
I think that probably we're just going to see some funny roach timing out of Shine. And
actually, no, you know what? You're probably right.
Yeah.
If it was Curious in another Zerg, it probably would be a long game. But yeah, Shine's game.
Shine, I'm like, he might just do something that we haven't seen since July Zerg, like a +1 roach timing attack or something.
Something like that, man. Yeah. So we'll have to see. You know what strat I missed casting that we haven't seen in a while was when the Zergs would make the hatchery at their expansion, and after they killed off the scout, they'd cancel that hatchery because they'd still creep there and make the banelings build. Yeah, that was so fun.
That was a cool one.
That was so cool. Well, they're not in the game yet, are they? We're still waiting.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's the nature of things, Tasteless.
That is.
Got to wait for those players to get in that game so that we can get it started.
Yep. Okay, Shine is now joined, so we're just waiting for Curious. He'll be in there very soon. Who do you think of the Zergs gets out today? Do you still think it's going to be Symbol? Because Symbol's now in the losers.
He is, which makes it a lot harder, of course. But yeah, I think Symbol. I know Symbol's a better Zerg than Curious and Shine.
He has all the results. Curious might get out. If Curious wins this here, I think he's probably going to get out. We'll see, though.
That's fair enough.
Shine is so weird to play against, and if Shine loses this, Symbol's going to have a hard time. You know?
It's very true. All right, so we see a little bit of stats from them there. I'm more excited to see the numbers that they gave Shine, and if they are in touch with reality. Are these Korean journalists in touch with the reality that is Shine? What is his cheese number going to be at? What is his?
Oh, I hope
they
it's
might
the
be like,
highest that we've
well,
gotten yet.
it's strategy to make 40 roaches against Mass Void Ray. I'd be like, oh, okay, I guess so.
All right. Well, we're going to get that up on screen soon. It looks like Curious has now joined the game, so we're getting closer and closer to actually casting this thing.
Yep. Which is always exciting.
Yep.
I like to cast the game.
Casting the games.
I like to cast the game I love with the co-commentator that I love.
That I also love.
Yes.
Man. I really want to see what Shine does here. All right, here's Shine. She's only 70.
Yeah, I don't know
Come
about
on,
this.
guys.
I don't know about this.
I expected it to be like in the 90s, man.
Well, they're like, well, his offense is 85. Well, yeah, I guess I would give him a big offense. He attacks a lot. His defense is 60. I'll go with that. Macro 71. Okay. Micro 64. Okay. Strategy 76. I can even live with that, but the cheese I feel has to be
I just thought
higher.
it was going to be way higher, man, in the 80s. He's got such a wonky play style.
I thought they'd just give him a gold star next to cheese. Because that's what Artosis would have done with his numbers.
That's so funny.
I like the numbers pretty much for Curious. He has.
I even agree with the cheese numbers here for Curious, 64.
Yeah, that seems about right. Very popular, 81. Whoa.
Must be more.
Calm down,
I don't
Curious.
I don't feel like Curious is as big in the non-Korean scene as he is in the Korean scene. Though.
Yeah, well, everyone in Korea knows that he's like a godly Zerg, whereas he doesn't. He doesn't travel as much. He doesn't have any of the flashy victories that the foreign fans may be a little bit more used to. Whereas, everyone here is like, Curious is good. He is so good. He's so consistent.
Yep.
Which is one of the hardest things to do in programming is consistency.
Yeah, that's very true.
Sure, you can win a GSL, but how many can you actually stay in?
Well, it's almost time, Artosis.
Indeed, Tasteless.
Tell your friends to tune in, to join us here. Again, a lot of people don't know that GoMTV.net is covering this tournament as well. Not just doing Codex this time. So tell your friends to join us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It already is a lot of fun.
It already is a lot of fun.
And after this, we actually go into a best of threes in the next round. So I think we're going to probably pick up a lot of viewers there as well.
Yeah,
I know
absolutely.
People really like to see the back and forth.
Whenever we get deeper and deeper into a tournament, more people want to tune in.
That's true as well.
Yeah.
So, Belcher Vestige, we should be starting in just a second. No, it says they said wait a moment. So
maybe some technical issue. But soon we will get this started.
Mm-hmm.
So, Artosis,
yes.
How are you doing today?
Well, I wish the games would start a little bit quicker, to be totally frank with you, Tasteless. There's only so many times that I can state and restate the ZVZ options and the play styles of players and what will they do in the best of one scenario.
This is not going producing this for the games right now. But, hopefully it does get started soon. The weather in Seoul has been very nice. Getting a little bit hot nowadays.
It's a little bit humid.
I feel like Seoul does not. It's I've been here, almost 6 years? Is that right?
Yeah, we're getting there.
We're getting there, man. Seoul is definitely the weather for gamers.
Yeah.
It's too hot or it's too cold.
Inside.
There's like 2 weeks out of the year where I'm like, this is pretty nice.
Yeah. But the thing is, during
ideas
those
like
2 weeks,
picnics come to mind. I'm like, yeah.
And then you just never do them and it's hot.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'll just stay inside.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to have a picnic. And then I realize I'm a bachelor who doesn't know how to cook food. And I'm like, it's a mess.
It is a mess.
It's a mess.
I would love to see what you put in a picnic basket.
I can microwave.
Your barrel of cheese
you
balls
give me a microwave.
and a pitcher of beer.
I cook a mean hot pocket, Artosis.
Do you?
Give me a microwave. Oh, yeah, dude.
I bet that actually it's
Bag
really...
of popcorn always pops the whole way.
I don't even believe you, because if you made me a Hot Pocket, I think the